Thought that was a game of two teams that have both teams played pretty hard, competitive game. Credit goes to Coach Eilert and his staff. I thought they were able to get a few more easier buckets in the second half than we were able to manufacture. Thought defensively we had a couple extra turnovers, a little bit out of character there. And you know, I thought we had a really good stretch in the first half. I think we should have had a bigger cushion going into halftime. If you got a bigger cushion at halftime, that run that they make, right, they score 33 points in the first half and 17 in the first 4 minutes. So half of what they did in the first half, they did in the first 4 minutes. I thought that was a massive stretch in the game. So, and then we're kind of playing catch up. I thought we did a good job late with some trapping action, putting some pressure on them, but did not get quite what we wanted to get, what we came to Morgantown to get, which was a win. Greg Hunter, Blue and Gold News. First question.
So, Zach, you guys, and despite their early success in the second half, you guys have it tied at 48-48. Then they had another run. What was the key there?
I can't recall everything right now, but I just think we didn't defend. I mean, that number, we've been pretty good defensively, 53% in the second half. I thought they had some step-up ball screens that they haven't run a ton of to this point towards the outside. And certainly Edwards, if you throw it close to the rim, it's a very accurate play. It's either going to go in or he's going to dunk it. And I thought he did a very nice job getting Jesse some action going to the rim. So put us in some hard spots, and we didn't defend quite like we have other times.
So you said last night when we talked to you, it was another game. Did it feel like it? Did it ever feel like something different for you coming home?
It did not. It did not. I took a minute to walk around the Coliseum when I got in just to, appreciate that moment. But when you're 48 hours outside from an opponent, everything's pretty much set in stone. What you're going to do, what you're going to watch, what you're going to study. And then you get on the bus and lock in on a few more things. Night before meal is going to involve some stuff. So just tried to stay in that routine. I thought our guys did a great job. We got a couple guys, Yame Butler from Maryland, Garfield Turner, has a boatload of family here today. And so I thought our team played and competed really hard. For those of you that haven't seen us play, I think that effort, even down to the very end, forced a couple turnovers, a couple helium passes that went into the student section. I thought we did a good job with that. But we just didn't quite get a couple made buckets enough. I thought they took away some threes and then, had a couple unfortunate calls that the ball didn't bounce our way.
Coach, when you think back to the coaching journey you've been on, to the days here as an administrative guy, 14 years now as a head coach, where has that taken you as far as, just growing up through the business, so to speak?
I guess it's taken me to a couple of different places, right? It's almost like we've been a military family to have been, Ithaca, New York, to Rock Hill, South Carolina, to Morgantown, to Cornell, to West Point, to Philadelphia. I guess that's the actual answer. But I just think the path you have and the people you come in contact with, wherever you are, you can learn so much from. And I think that my time here, with Coach Beeline and his staff and everyone that was a part of the university at that time, it was an incredible learning experience for me, and so very thankful for that.
So obviously you don't take a loss, lightly.
Not at all.
But considering what you guys did last Saturday and then going toe-to-toe on the road with another Power 5, what's that say about Drexel right now in the season?
I think we're doing what we expected to do in terms of competition. I think we expect to win these games. We came in, I thought our mindset, I thought our approach all day yesterday was very businesslike. So it's disappointing. Frankly, it's disappointing because I think if you play your absolute best and the ball doesn't roll on the rim or rolls off or something happens, understandable. But I don't know that we played our absolute best. And I think that's what'll bother our guys and our staff, and we'll have to learn from it. We've got a week off until we've got a home game against Albany, and I think they have had some good wins, and we need to be ready to play. So, we're in the Coastal Athletic Association, tough league. Wilmington beat Kentucky. You guys saw Monmouth. You're well aware of what they're capable of doing. And that doesn't mention Charleston, who won 31 games last year. It's a tough league. It's been historically a one-bid league. I'd love for it not to be, but we're going to have to clean up a few things and then be ready for league play as the calendar turns to January. But we got a few more games until then.
The situation of West Virginia, is this a one-time kind of buy game, or is this a 2-for-1, or?
No, I would love for it to be a 2-for-1 if you're going to come to Philadelphia. No, it was a one-time game. Yeah.
Zach, you mentioned the ball screen, the step-in shots like that. I'm guessing you watched 4 or 5 games of theirs, right?
A lot.
Okay. Some of their evolution of like just kind of thrown together at the start of the year with their roster and what they dealt with and figuring things out. How have you seen them evolve or patch things up or protect weaknesses or even accentuate strengths?
No, I just think it's a credit to Coach Eilert and his staff. You know, they're kind of playing the cards they've been dealt, not necessarily the cards that they selected in the recruiting process. And you know, I mentioned something to Raekwon Battle there. I hope that works out for him. I think you're going to get another player next game. And I think that this team probably will be a different team and look and feel differently, hopefully, for West Virginia moving forward in a couple weeks.
Is it tricky at all to prepare for a team like that? Like, you don't have a whole lot of idea of like what a coach can do because he's only played one game and they are trying to.
He played one game here. He's played at Georgetown. You know, the made 3 was not a surprise. I think you guys saw that 3. He took, what did he take? 2? Yeah. He took 2. I thought, no, he made one. He took 1, right? But I thought it was heavily contested. You know, the guy that probably hit one that surprised me a little bit was 24. He was 1 for 3 on the season, hadn't taken a bunch, hadn't really looked at the rim. But if you look at 13 Cook, his numbers at Georgetown, I think he took 85 threes last year. So we had an awareness that he was capable of doing that, and we needed to respect that. I thought Amari really had a good game. That was a shot that was altered. I mean, he was up there. The guy hit a shot, and I think that that's really the difference in this game. Probably was, you know, they hit 7 threes. They haven't done that a bunch in other games, and we only hit 5. So aside from the 2 other things we've talked about, the start in the second half and the turnovers, and then the threes. Listen, it's a great environment, great game. We came up a little short. I think we're capable of playing better, and that's what will drive and propel our staff and our guys, and we go from there.
Coach, a few years ago when you guys had that really good run in the CA tournament, got to the NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, the game of college athletics has completely changed, and I'm just kind of wondering.
Might be the biggest understatement of the day. Right?
Since then, how do you adjust? At a smaller level, and then you created that momentum, got a little something going, and then all of a sudden, the game changes.
Yeah, I would say it takes a village, right? It's not just the head coach, not the staff. It's the administration, and you adapt or you kind of die on the vine. I'm thankful for the leadership and support we have at Drexel with our president and President Fry and Maisha Kelly, that we're adapting to the new landscape and the ever-changing landscape. On Monday, right after we played Villanova, we were able to roll out a collective, and certainly we'll see what that does. But it's a new world, and you got to adapt to it. Doesn't mean we like it. Doesn't mean it's not the purest sense of what we all signed up to do, but we've got some really special guys in that locker room. They decided to come back. I'm excited for what we can do. Today wasn't our best showing, and we'll learn from it. But as long as you love those guys in the locker room and you do everything you can to help them be at their best, and then you kind of go where it takes you from there.
Coach,
So.
you mentioned Amari in passing. He had a double-double. He was kind of battling with Edwards all day. How do you think he matched up with Edwards and that matchup there?
Yeah, not the first matchup. We played Syracuse 2 years ago in our opening game after going to the tournament, and they went head-to-head there a little bit. So Amari was coming off the bench at that time. I thought that was a great matchup. The numbers-wise, about the same. Amari's a really good passer. He affects the game so many ways other than scoring. That sometimes that can slide by. So he had a couple passes, didn't lead to assists today because the shots were missed, or defensively, I thought he was very active, very active. I don't know what he had. Block shot says 1. I would say that he altered 5 or 6 others, right? And that's what you want in a big guy. He was active today. He was active. We keep track of how many times we get 3 stops in a row. We call them bricks. Got kind of a brick wall building in our office and in the locker room. And I thought we had a decent number of bricks today.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys, thanks. 2 o'clock next Saturday, Albany, if you want to come to Philly. Love to have you.